Hey, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. My name's Lori and I am representing One Hope Wine tonight. So we're going to have a really fun time with our tasting flights. Let's raise a glass to Nicole to say thank you so much. Cheers, girl.
Thank you,
Cheers, girl.
guys, for coming.
Thank you for inviting us. Very sweet.
That's yummy.
Isn't that delish? So what we're going to do is we're going to walk through the wines. I'm going to tell you a little bit about One Hope. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we'll be supporting Children's Hospital and what One Hope is all about. But mostly we're just going to drink wine and have a good time. So I'm really happy that you're here. You all have these cards in your tasting kit. So what you'll notice is that it tells you the rating, the score that wine got. This is our sparkling brut. And then on the back, it's going to give you a little information about the tasting notes, pairing ideas. You can keep notes on here. You may reference this when you are ready to place your order later so that you can kind of remember what you tried, what you liked about it, etc. So feel free to kind of keep track of that. I'm going to show you really quickly. I know you all got these in your tasting flights. But kind of, I love to point this out. This is our winery and our estate. So our winery is located right in the heart of Napa, right in Rutherford. And we do have a beautiful, beautiful estate where our investors and myself, anybody who works with the company can go stay. And then we also, this is our winery right here. And we just got our certificate of occupancy in the last couple of months, right in the middle of COVID in California. So that's been awesome. But this is a beautiful, gorgeous place. And the other thing I like to point out, these are our vineyards, some of our vineyards. I love to talk about this picture because it helps me let you know that we farm everything organically in our vineyards, and everything that we do is completely sustainable. So we're very, very committed to everything that we preach, right? We practice what we preach. So sustainability is very important to us, as is organic farming. Has anybody been to Napa? No? Oh, you have? Okay.
I have, yes.
So, you know, it's such a beautiful place.
Oh, yeah.
Such a beautiful place. And part of the reason is, you know, because the farmers and the community has worked so hard to keep it that way. I would ask you alternately, have you been to Temecula?
No.
Okay.
I do have a friend that was married in Temecula, though, and her photos, she got married in the middle of a vineyard. So it was just stunningly beautiful. Yeah.
It's a little different feel in Temecula. It's pretty commercialized. It's very cool and great wineries and delicious wine. But Napa is truly very much the way that it looked back in the day. So I'm going to welcome Jody, I think it is. Oh, Jerry.
Well, it'd be Lou. That's her
Lou.
She probably jumped on her husband's.
Okay. Well, welcome. Nice to see you. Or somebody. There you are. Hi. Cheers. Welcome.
Hello. I'm gonna move out of the way here.
Oh.
let the other one in.
Yes, let the lady come in.
Well, welcome. We're so happy that you're here. I'm going to go ahead and let Jerry come in. It's Jerry, right?
It's Lou.
Hello.
Lou.
It's Lou Bissett, yep.
Hi, welcome. We're glad that you're here.
Bissett.
What?
I said, hi, Lou Bissett.
Oh,
hi, Missy. How are you?
Yay.
Good to see you. My goodness, I haven't seen you forever.
I know. It's been too long. You look fabulous, though.
Oh, yeah. I'm just really well made up tonight.
Who even tries anymore? We're just, here we are, you know? You're welcome. Just go ahead and pour yourself some sparkling brut if you have that available and you're ready to get started. We literally just started, and I was kind of telling them a little bit about our One Hope and our winery. And
oh, cool.
So while you're opening that, I'll tell you all a little bit about how One Hope started. The company started just almost 14 years ago. It was started by a young man named Jake Cloberdance. Jake had just graduated from Berkeley in California. And his first job out of college was working for Gallo Wines. And one of his jobs at Gallo was shelving wine on the stores and grocery stores, liquor stores, etc. And one of the things that Jake noticed was that in October, everything turned pink. He lost shelf space, so it was harder to get his product on the shelves. It was Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And he thought, oh, well, that's kind of cool. But why is it only breast cancer? And why is it only 1 month a year? We should be giving back with everything that we do. And a little bit of history about Jake. He was the fundraising chair for his fraternity all through college. He grew up with his mom and his grandma running their own business at the kitchen table, and also really witnessing them be very philanthropic in the community and at large. So he definitely was raised with this vein of we give back to the world. So he thought, as only a very idealistic 24-year-old young man can, I'm going to start a wine company and we're going to give back 50% of our profit to everything. So I will tell you, this was actually before Tom's Shoes, but Jake is friends with Blake, who is the founder of Tom's Shoes. If you're familiar with that model, it's buy one, give one, which they don't actually do that anymore. But that was his idea. I'm going to start this wine company that donates half of the profit back to charity. So he went back to Gallo and talked 7 of the other young people he was working with into joining him in this wine venture. I always say, Jake's the guy that will sell your necklace off your neck back to you and you'll be grateful for the experience. Like he's so passionate about what he believes, and he's done TED Talks. You can look him up. He's just an amazing human. So anyway, he talks these young people into joining him, which means they all maxed out their credit cards and they came up with about $10,000. And Jake went up to the Sonoma Wine Company, which is Sonoma Wine Company does bottling for lots of vineyards. The bottling process is expensive and cumbersome. So lots and lots of wineries will outsource that. So Jake went up to the Sonoma Wine Company and talked them into peeling a bunch of wine off of a big run they were doing for another label and giving it to them. Not giving him, they bought them. And it was 167 cases they were able to purchase with their money. They gave it to him in shiners, which is a bottle without a label. And I mentioned that Jake was the fundraising chair for his fraternity. Well, he had all these connections with nonprofits, and he had approached and said, listen, I'd like to put your name on my wine bottle and I'll give you half the profit. Well, of course, the charities were like, okay, that sounds like a great idea. Also, no skin off our back, right? So these guys went home, and I've heard them tell this story a lot of times. It's crazy. They went home and using clip art on their computers, they made ribbons. At that time, the AIDS ribbon was just sort of coming into public eye. So they made similar ribbons with different colors and glued them onto the bottles and began selling them at the bars and the restaurants that they had been hanging out at. Completely illegal, 100%. There was like no government information. There was like nothing on there. But you know, what did they know? They were kids, right? They were just like, yeah, buy our wine. And so they started selling it to the bars and the restaurants that they've been hanging out at. And it was a huge hit. Everybody thought it was great. They super cool. And they were, you know, able to start making donations and, you know, things like that. They got an invitation to do a big industry event. So not like a wine festival, but an industry. So bottlers, vintners, growers, labelers, all of those people are coming through this event. And the 8 of them are up there pouring the wine and talking about their causes. And we're getting, you know, big hit, big hit, big hit. And when the whole thing was over, it was a 3-day event. When it was over, they had the big stack of business cards and they're going through the business cards. And one of the business cards is from Michael Mondavi. So if you're familiar with that name, that's who started the wine. His dad started the wine industry in California, Robert Sr. This is his son, Michael. And written on the back, it says, give me a call. So Jake is like, hello, Jake Cloberdance, One Hope Wine. And Michael says, oh yeah, no, I know who you are. I remember you. I love what you guys are doing. I think your mission is amazing. Your wine, not that. Yeah. And he says, you know, I'd like to see if maybe we can partner and make some really beautiful wine to go with your mission. And that began our relationship with the Mondavi family. So to this day, Robert Jr. helps us source wine, source grapes, blend wine, etc. So just about 6 years ago, the direct selling side of what we do began. And I was very blessed to have found out about One Hope at exactly that time. So I've been with the company almost 6 years. Prior to that, we were bars, restaurants, liquor stores, partnerships with people like John Elway, Darius Rucker, different people like that, where we would produce wine for them and put their name on the label. When we started 6 years ago, this direct selling side was just about 3 to 5% of the business. We're now about 98% of the business. So we've grown like wild. Obviously, in a situation like this, I get to tell a lot more people about One Hope. If you ever go to a liquor store and you're buying a bottle of wine and you don't know what to get, you're mostly buying the label because you don't really know. And there's a lot of labels to look at. So I get to actually share the story with you and tell you what we're all about. So we do donate the majority of our profits to charity. We've donated over $6.5 million so far to all of our cause partners. We do that with every single drop of wine that we sell. But in addition, we partner with people like Nicole to raise money for the nonprofits that they're passionate about. So Nicole chose Children's Hospital tonight. And if you want to just take a couple minutes and kind of tell folks why you picked that, and then I'll kind of go from there.
Yeah. Well, first of all, I want to say that the donations are, it's real. You guys know my husband, and he's very skeptical about, you know, people making donations and a portion goes to this and that. And I've done this a couple times, and every year, like I have an account, shocker, that at the end of the year, a portion of what I have goes to Children's. And I actually got a thank you at the end of the year from Children's. Like I didn't ask for it. I didn't even tell them what I was doing. So they got the check. And so it is real. So yeah. I love that. I chose children. I work with children with my real estate because when I was little, my cousin had leukemia. And we lived in Minnesota, small town. So he had to go to Minneapolis all the time. And then he was taken out here to Ronald McDonald House. And so it's just something. And when we moved out here, our family helped with Ronald McDonald House. We you know, cooked food and all that kind of stuff. And I don't know, it's just my way of giving back because my cousin's still here.
Yeah.
And I toured the old one that was downtown that's no longer there. I've toured the one in Aurora, the one in Highlands Ranch, and it is, oh my God, like what an amazing place. Like the kids are all running over the place. It kind of makes you want to cry and laugh all at the same time. So it's just a little bit of what I can do. So
yeah,
that's why.
Thank you. And Nicole mentioned, you know, it's funny because when I joined the company, I clicked the button to join and immediately thought, wait, whoa, what if this isn't true? You know, but now I'm here to tell you that it is true. So 10% of any purchase that you make tonight will be donated to Children's Hospital on Nicole's behalf by the One Hope Foundation. And that's true for any of you. If any of you have a nonprofit that you like to support and you love wine and you have friends that love wine, we can do this again. I love doing this. It's a lot of fun and it feels really good. So if you're going to drink wine, you might as well give back, right? So thanks, Nicole. I really appreciate it. I'm going to tell you a little bit about how are your glasses. Let's see your glasses. Are they empty?
Nope.
Okay. So we can talk. What happened? Where's your glass? Oh. Cheers.
Cheers.
So I love to hear what you're kind of tasting in the wine and what is your impression of the wine? I think Hope right away was like, oh, that's good. Are you getting like, you know, when you drink wine, you sniff, you don't typically swirl sparkling wine. You can. I wouldn't in this glass because I would definitely spill it. But sniff it and then sip it. So does anybody want to kind of tell me what they're smelling or tasting?
Well,
You get it all.
I typically don't really know how to taste wine. I just drink it.
Yeah.
I don't know where to put it on my palate and all that stuff, but as soon as I opened this wine, I immediately smelled the fruit
Mhm.
in it. And I don't know if it's the pear, there's pears and apples in it. So I'm not sure if that's what it is, but I like it. It's very crisp and clean and
Good.
yummy.
Yeah.
Well,
you-
I just want to point out that Lori's glass was this full and Nicole's, and you told us when we started to start at this much.
Oh,
No, this one you just pour. We just, yeah, the sparkling brut is purely social.
There we go.
Like, I do want to kind of hit on that, Hope, because it's important that you guys all know how you taste wine is like this. That's it. Ain't nothing magic, right? It's nothing magic. It's nothing special. Yes, certainly as you move into red wines and things, or even other white wines, you're going to have a different experience when you go through that, but you just are going to swallow it. Like, that's it. You know, the fancy people swish it around and all that. I don't do that. Look, I'm a mom who drinks a lot of wine. I'm not a sommelier. So
And I don't want to spit any of this stuff
No.
out.
yeah,
Whoa.
no.
we are not spitting out wine. Okay.
No.
Not happening. We are not spitting it out.
That is alcohol abuse in the
Yeah.
highest extent.
Right?
Never spit it out.
Exactly. But the other really important thing to know is that everybody's palate is different. So I have lots of customers who only like sweet wine. And I have lots of customers who would never drink sweet wine in a million years. Right? Right? Okay, Anissa. You know, so it doesn't matter. It's what you like. And if you like it, you should enjoy it. That's it. The other thing about tasting notes, when I say, what are you tasting? What are you getting? What are you smelling? It doesn't matter what you say, you're right. Part of that is because I want to sell you wine, obviously. But the other part of that is because you're right. Because I don't know what Lou ate, and I don't know what Hope ate, and I don't know. That's what affects the taste of your wine. So if Hope is eating salami and Lynn is eating chocolate, the wine's going to taste very different to you, right? So you should never be worried and afraid or nothing. Just say, oh, I taste X, you know, whatever that is. You're right. You're 100% right. So unfortunately, wine tasting can have a little bit of a hoity-toity feel to it. So it shouldn't. It's you know, guess what? It's farmers who make wine. That's who make wine. Okay. It's, you know, it's sometimes presented in a really fancy way, but it's a bunch of farmers who do this. It's a crop. It's grapes. So so just kind of that little heads up. So I'm going to finish telling you the story about how we started, how our winemaker came to us. So I told you we partner with the Mondavi family. And just about 5 years ago, we brought on our own winemaker. Her name is Mari Wells Coyle. She's one of the only women winemakers in the country. She's amazing. She's wonderful. She came to us from Sterling Vineyards, and she also worked at Gloria Ferrar in Sonoma, which is a sparkling wine house. She's worked all over New Zealand and Australia. She created this Vintner Collection, which is what we're trying tonight. We're drinking all Vintner wines tonight. She created this collection just about 2.5 years ago. We had it at tastings for just about 9 months before we started entering it into contests and different things like that. And we are earning 90-point plus ratings on everything. And on your little cards, it tells you. So that sparkling brut has a 90-point rating. This one doesn't say where it's from. They're typically from Wine Spectator, things like that. Our red blend, which is our pride and joy, our baby, has a 96-point rating. And that came from the California State Wine Competition, which is the oldest wine competition in California, competing against all California wines. We also got best in show for red blend in all of the wines in California. So if you like a blend, if you really love red wine, that's a great tip for you. So I just realized I kind of cut my head off there. So little news about that. When we donate, how are your glasses? See, if we're in person, I can see your glasses. Oh, no. Okay. You don't have to chug, Hope. Take your time. We're not in a hurry. The next wine,
Oh, the hope.
or you can, I don't.
God, all right, here we go.
I think she's trying to be nice because I
Oh,
know
no,
she
please.
does not take that long to drink. I love you, but
I brought 3 glasses with me, so I didn't have to
Oh,
mess
good,
around.
good.
Me too, Hope. I did the same thing.
Good.
I have
That's
glasses
right.
everywhere. I don't need to bring them anywhere.
Oh, well,
You could just
I'm upstairs in the
stop.
office rather than by the kitchen.
Yeah.
So the next wine, oh, I'm sorry, Nicole, what?
I was gonna say, who needs a glass?
Oh, who needs glass? That's what I'm saying. So the next wine that we'll try is our Vintner Chardonnay. So there we go. I always like to ask who my Chardonnay haters are. Typically, at least one hand goes up.
I'm
Here
not a
she
big
comes.
Chardonnay person.
Here she comes. So, Anissa, can you tell me why you don't like Chardonnay?
It's not that I don't like it. It's not my preferred wine.
Okay.
I'm okay with it and I will drink it. It's just not my preferred because it's, to me, it tastes more, more oaky and sweet than I like.
Not your jam. Okay.
Right. And it's not a big serious thing. It's just,
Well, I will tell you, a lot of people are very serious about their hatred of Chardonnay. And I ask that because this converts a lot of Chardonnay haters. And typically what people don't like about Chardonnay is that oak, that butter, that oak. I love that. I love a big buttery Chardonnay. What you'll find with this Chardonnay is it actually starts in stainless steel and then it's finished in oak, but it's only in the oak for, I think, 4 to 6 weeks. So you might get just a touch of butter right on the front, but then it's going to pop open and it's going to be fruity. You're going to get not sweet fruit. It's a relatively dry wine, but you're going to get more fruit. All right. I love it, Hope. And well, she's going, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I really like it. Yeah.
So it's a really pretty wine. I love this wine. I love wine, period. End of sentence. But this is one of the wines I was telling these ladies earlier. I'm not allowed to open a bottle of white wine because then it's gone. So this is one of those. So now I have these. And I can just say, oh, I
it's
took
okay.
a bottle. It was only one glass. So yeah, this is our beautiful Chardonnay. Every single drop of wine that we sell does give back, in addition to children's, it gives back to lots of other charities as well. We have a giving construct under these 4 pillars. Our 4 pillars are the environment, education, water, and hunger. So every charity that we give to falls under one of those pillars. So, I mean, some of the organizations that we work with are, you might have heard of Charity Water. So we work with Charity Water. 100% of everything we give Charity Water goes directly into their programs. We work with an organization called Pencils of Promise, and we've built 3 schools now through Pencils of Promise in underdeveloped countries where kids are underserved and are trying to go to school but are sitting on the ground and it's hot and dirty. And so we've been able to build 3 schools so far through the sales of our wine. We also give to an organization some of you might have heard of called Team Rubicon. Team Rubicon is an organization that trains veterans to do disaster relief in their own communities. It's a wonderful organization, one of our very first cause partners. And that falls under our health pillar because of mental health. That organization was started because of the high rate of suicide in our veterans. So that just gives you a little bit of an idea of who we give to and how we give. And that's literally with every single drop of wine that we produce. So on the Chardonnay, I'd love to hear some thoughts about that. Hope you really liked it. What are you tasting in that Chardonnay? Remember, I told you be brave.
Well, I am tasting the butter, but not as thick, if that
Yeah.
makes sense, of a buttery flavor as that. And I think that as far as shards go, that's what I like. I like that different, weird kind of buttery flavor. But I more lean towards Sauvignon Blancs.
Okay.
I don't know why. Just because they're crisper, I feel like, but I really like this.
Good.
Really like it. Yeah.
So it kind of has some of those crisp Sauvignon Blanc notes, right?
Yeah,
It's got that
yeah.
tart, a little bit of a tartness to it. It's a little bit dry. It's not terribly dry. We have a beautiful, if you love a dry white wine, we have a gorgeous Vintner Pinot Grigio that is out of this world. Zero residual sugar, very, very dry, very, very crisp, perfect for, God willing, summer coming soon. So that's another suggestion for you. If you love that kind of a wine, a dry, crisp, really pretty wine, you're going to love our Vintner Pinot Grigio. If you like a little lighter, sweeter wine, we also have an estate, our estate Fumay Blanc. So that is farmed on our estate. Absolutely a beautiful, delicate, just gorgeous wine. So that's our estate Fumay Blanc. You might find in all of the wines that we try tonight, there's sort of a hint of vanilla through all of them. That's sort of our signature. And when you look at this insert that you got in your kit, this is our barrel room at the winery. What I like to point out is, so these are all barrels. They're all French, new French and American oak. And what Mari refers to these barrels as the winemaker's spice rack. So the flavors in wine not only come from the soil and the weather and the grape and the skin and the seeds and all of that, they also come from the barrels. So what type of barrel you use, what vintage was the barrel, is it French or American? We use all new oak, but you might use an older oak or an oak that's already been used. This all helps build the character and the flavor and the aromas of the wine. So I just think that's a beautiful picture. The other part I love about it is this. If you've been wine tasting, in a lot of cases, less so in Napa, but also in Napa, there's kind of a belly up to the bar situation where you go in there with all the people and you squeeze in and you get your pours. This is what it's like to have a tasting at our estate. Okay. This big, beautiful community table. We're 100% about building community. So we often say our one hope is to bring together a community of people who make the world better through memorable wine and experiences. This is a memorable experience, right? And we are building our community. It's important to us to build our community because that increases our impact. So there's lots of ways for you to become part of our community. This is the first way. You guys are definitely going to tell somebody tomorrow, I went to this crazy wine tasting. These people give back to charity, blah, blah, blah. That helps grow our community. So thank you for that. Another way to help grow our community is to host a wine tasting like Nicole is tonight. When you host, I get in front of more people and I get to tell them more about our impact and how they can make the world better with wine that they're drinking every day anyway, right? When you host, by the way, and I don't know if Nicole even remembers this, you get to invite your folks. And by the way, I haven't said this yet. I'm just now saying this. I will be doing in-person wine tastings beginning in May. So, so I'm happy to do this. What's cool about this is last night, I actually did a tasting for a group of women that you guys, I have not seen since 8th grade. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And what's neat is we're all over the country. So this is very cool. But do I want to be in your backyard or your living room? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I miss that terribly. So beginning in May, I'll be booking tastings in person. If you'd like to do something in the meantime, I'm happy to do this. Your friends can all order the tasting kit. We'll get together and have a great time. These girls were still talking when I finally left at 10 o'clock. I got to go, you guys. I love you, but hi.
Did you bring extra bottles in that case?
Oh, they all had their own. Oh, yes. So when you host, you get to do this, super fun, or I'll come over and do it at your house, or I'll do it in your office or whatever you want. You're going to get a 10% donation to the charity of your choice. You're also going to get 10% of the sales back in wine credit. So you get to go shopping and get 10% in free credit.
It's like Pampered Chef for wines.
It's kind of like that. It's very similar. Yeah, it's very similar.
This is better.
I know, right? I mean, I like me some pampered chef, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you know, I cannot drink that pizza. stuff,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
And by the way, I love Pampered Chef, so I'm not knocking Pampered Chef, but one of the things about Pampered, I had my first Pampered Chef party when we built this house 24 years ago. I
Wow.
had 50 people here. Do you think I need another piece of Pampered Chef for the rest of my life? I do
It
not.
depends. How much did you sell?
But look at this.
It lasts forever.
That's empty. Woohoo! I mean, you want to talk about a consumable product?
Yeah.
I got it. And by the way, these are our glitter bottles. If you're on Instagram, you've seen these. Woo! They're gorgeous. They're beautiful. We also have shimmer bottles. Nicole, do you have any shimmer bottles there to show off? It's okay if you say no.
I think I do.
Do you?
Let me look. I think so.
Okay. So we have these beautiful shimmer bottles. Some of them have already done with, there's
Can you
one.
see that?
Yeah, there's one. So we can,
Oh, it doesn't say anything.
we can,
I looked on your website earlier because
Yeah.
Nicole sent a link and there's some cool like
very
congratulations or whatever.
home sweet home, congratulations, happy birthday, celebrate, cheers, and in the holiday
Weddings.
wedding.
Weddings.
Yeah.
Can
Will
I
you
ask a question about that? Like
Yeah.
if you were to order a bottle of
Yes.
happy
Hold on.
birthday or whatever, how what's the turnaround time from order to delivery?
Usually it's about 3 to 5 days.
Okay.
Yeah, it comes very, very quickly. Did you find one, Lynn?
No, I thought I had the one from Halloween that was so cute.
Oh, and
So-
it's that, what did it
It
say?
was
Drink
so
up,
cute.
bitches. Yeah.
Which is, yeah, it was
Yeah,
so
but-
cute.
yeah. You can also, for anybody who would give gifts, etc., you can have those custom done. You can have your logo put on, you can have your company name. I was telling Nicole about the
Oh,
incredible birthday party I'm going to.
Oh my God.
Ordered her a case of etched silver shimmers, and they say, cheers, Margot. I didn't think she'd want me to
Oh.
say happy 60th birthday on them. But how cool is that, right? So, and those still give back to charity. It's just a super cool option that we offer. So I kind of forgot what I was talking about, but well, how do we get on that? Oh, we were talking about Pampered Chef consumable.
Oh, yeah.
The wine bottle's empty, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's our Chardonnay. I kind of was talking to you a little bit about how to become part of the community. Hosting is a big way. I'm going to tell you a little bit about sort of our sales and specials right now. Right now, every purchase, so you all have, and I can't find my little green, who's got their little green square that came in your kit? There you go. Thanks, Nicole. Yay. So what
Bam.
it says is you all have a $15 credit that you can use when you make your purchase for this event. It's going to come right off the top of whatever you order. In addition to that, you also have access to the sales that we have going on right now. Typically you would get 10% off of a half case, 6 bottles. But through the end of March, so March 31st, you're going to get 15% off. You would normally get 20% off of a full case, so 12 bottles. But right now until March 31st, you're going to get 30% off. So that's basically the biggest sale that we do all year. The only other time we do it is for Black Friday. So in November. So it's a good time if you want to stock up for summer, if you want to just make sure you have enough of your Sauvignon Blanc or whatever it is. It's a great sale to take advantage of.
It's only like 4 days.
Yeah, right. Yeah. You're also going to be offered our purchase with purchase, which is a 3-pack. It includes our sparkling Moscato. So for sweet wine lovers, our sparkling Moscato is gorgeous. A bottle of Merlot and a bottle of Pinot Noir, and we're offering that 50% off. So you can add, once you get to 6 bottles, you can add that on. You can get up to 2 of them. So just giving you kind of the sales and specials. Shipping is $10 unless you subscribe. And I want to tell you about subscription. Nicole's a subscriber. I'm a subscriber.
Shocker.
Nicole, how often do you get your shipment?
Well, I'm on the Grateful Club, so I get it quarterly.
So we have a
Every 3
wine club.
months?
Wine club is quarterly, 6 bottles quarterly. It is a curated half case. So our winemaker, Mari, decides the bottles for you. You can also create your own wine club. You can choose between 4, 6, or 12 bottles or more. If you're me, I'm just kidding. And you can decide the type of wine that you want and the frequency with which you want to get it. So you can get it every 1, 2, 3, or 4 months. And it just shows up on your doorstep. You can change the wine at any time. You can change the frequency. You know, at the holidays, I up my subscription because I'm doing a lot of entertaining in the holidays. And in January, I probably dial it back a little bit, right? So maybe I'm only getting 6 bottles in January because January, right? I'm trying to recover. So it's a really cool option. When you go to the checkout at the top, it'll say, would you like to subscribe to this order? You're still going to save. You're still going to get all your discounts, but you're also going to get free shipping. And you get that free shipping for the entire life of your subscription. So anytime you order any more than 4 bottles, you get free shipping. So that's kind of.
And then can't you sign, when you do that, can't you pick the charity of your choice?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not
Okay.
anymore. It was too hard for us to manage. So now it does still donate, but it donates under one of our causes. So you still get to do that. You also, guys, with every purchase you make, you also earn 5% of your purchase back in wine credit. So we're basically just trying to keep you going. We're trying to keep the wine going for you, but we do reward you a lot for participating in what we're doing, which is our mission to make the world better. So look at all of those things when you go to place your order and when you go to check out, so you kind of see what all of those offers are. Of course, the best way to grow our impact is to come and do this with me. We offer everything from super part-time to what I do, which is super full-time. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it's been a blast, even through COVID. You know, it was a nice diversion for a lot of people. But boy, when you can get out in public and do it, it's also a lot of fun. So, you know, it is a direct selling company. So all of the great things that come with direct sales, you know, trips to Napa, trips to Costa Rica, all those things. We have a really great compensation plan, and it's just a lot of fun. So I'll kind of send you all a little note about all of those things, but just so you know, speaking of which, I forgot to do this. I am going to go, no, I'm recording. I didn't forget that part.
Okay.
In the chat, I'm going to drop all of my information, as well as, I don't think this is the wrong link for this event. So here's all my information, and we will text the link back out to you for you to make purchases. If you want to text me, just text me your name at some point. I will send the link to you that way as well. And then I can answer any questions that you have. Okay, who's ready for some red wine?
I know Anissa's.
So the next wine that we'll pour
Who knows me so well?
is our Vintner Pinot Noir. So go ahead, pour yourself a little taste of that. And just so you know, when I do tastings in the real world, we use the same glass for all the wine. So it's just kind of fun this way. It's more like a tasting. You know, what we're really trying to do is really truly bring the Napa Valley wine tasting experience to you in your home. That's what we're really hoping to do.
I have to say that I'm not a Chardonnay person. I love this Chardonnay.
Yay. Oh, I'm so glad.
Really
That's awesome.
amazing.
Good.
Chardonnay I have ever really liked.
I love that. That's awesome. I'm so glad.
I bring champagne. I bring my rosé champagne over to Lou's house all the time, and I make her drink it. So she's never told me not to bring it. So
yeah, we have a beautiful sparkling rosé. So if you love a rosé and you like bubbles, that sparkling rosé is delicious. We also have a brand new Vintner rosé that is done very similar to a French style rosé. So it's very dry, it's very light. I like to let folks know This is not your mom's white Zin, okay? Like people don't necessarily, I think more people know even now than they did 6 years ago that rosé is not, it's not your mom's white Zin. It is a beautiful, beautiful wine. Our rosé is produced from the Grenache grape. And it's, literally my mouth is watering when I'm talking. It's so good. Oh my gosh. That's another bottle that I'm not allowed to open unless I have guests.
Mhm.
It's going to be gone. So this Pinot Noir, we have about 5 different Pinot Noirs. This is going to be the lightest of our Pinot Noirs. This is a gorgeous, beautiful red wine. You'll note it talks about a touch of cinnamon, blackberries, red berries. Anytime you drink a Pinot Noir, a great pairing with any Pinot Noir will be anything with truffle. So one of the things I love to taste with more than anything is popcorn. The cool thing about popcorn is it's a carrier for all the goodness, right? It has very little flavor in and of itself, but it carries whatever you put on it really well. So a little truffle salt, maybe a little truffle oil with any Pinot Noir. Pinot Noir has a very earthy undertone to it. And that's why that truffle's such a good pairing with it. So I'd love to hear your feedback on the Pinot Noir. Tell me what you're thinking, what you love. Come on, Anissa. It's awesome.
Awesome. It is so good.
Yeah.
This one I really like. It's got a very good earthy. It's got a very good good fragrance when you smell it, and it goes down very smooth.
Yeah.
And it's not bitter at the end.
Yeah.
Which is really nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Also, 0 residual sugar in this. So it's a fairly dry wine, but it's not necessarily giving you the puckers, right?
Mhm.
So the tannins are low.
Yes.
Lou knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I
That's
get
what
it.
the tannins get you right there. Alcohol gets you here. So when it's got a real high alcohol content, you're going to feel it here.
Right.
Those tannins, that's what you feel back here.
I feel like such a dope when you're someplace and they offer you a wine that does that, and you're going, "Oh well, thank you."
Yeah.
And in the meantime, this is all going totally wackos. You know?
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
This is really nice. I like this.
Good. Good.
I like all of them actually.
Good.
And Jerry didn't want to drink this, so guess what I did?
Hello. Okay.
You want me to come over later?
I've heard that you're quite a giver like that, Lou. That's what I've heard, that you'll give like that. You'll go ahead and take care of it.
I am. I'm just. I'm all heart.
And a lot of wine. She's
And a lot of.
all heart and a lot of wine.
Now, what's your relationship, you two?
What's our relationship?
How do you
Nicole?
know each other?
I started at Keller Williams 20 years ago, and she was my mentor. So she got to put up with me, but she made me who I am. So
God, Lou.
we still love her. I mean, we still hang out in her backyard and her she shed and her hang out and
That's awesome. Do you guys all work together for the most part? Or
I'm retired.
pardon me? You're
I'm
retired. Okay. I'll catch up with you here because I'm getting ready. Mhm.
Lynn is my boss.
Okay.
My boss by the books, but she is my great friend.
Cool.
Anissa she was the building manager of where my office is at. And I met her because I violated policy, and we've become friends ever since.
Colin.
Lynn and I too, but not
Yes.
so much as you
Yes.
and me.
Yeah. And Hope, when I started at Keller Williams, Hope and I started at the same time. So we were out door knocking together and trying to,
Build a
put
business.
groceries, trying to put groceries in our cabinet. So yeah, that's how we
Awesome.
all, And then I met you at a convention, and you got me at charity. So there we are.
There you go. What convention did I meet you at?
I don't know. You were at something that you were doing a wine tasting.
I don't
thing,
even
and
remember.
I don't know if I
Hope was
met you,
there,
but I
I
think
think.
One Hope was there.
Okay.
and I really liked it. And all of a sudden I had one of those deals where
That's
like,
what
I need
happened.
a
Yes.
bottle yesterday and nobody had one. And I called you and you broke the rules.
That's exact. This is a training video.
I know, I'm sorry, but
Kidding. I'm
look
How
what
should
happened. Look,
It,
That's
Nicole.
That's exactly right. I met you in a parking lot somewhere, right? Because you needed a celebration gift set. Don't do
Yes.
that, everybody. Don't do that. That's not okay.
she's not allowed, she's not a liquor store. She does not sell alcohol. But
Oh my gosh, that's right. I forgot about that.
I
Oh,
think I've gotten you all in trouble at some point in my
Customer
life. So
service,
it's great.
baby. Customer service.
Yeah.
Good.
We
Okay.
have
Well,
to
that's
make
fun.
Nicole happy. That's what it is.
Yes.
Nicole must be happy.
Yes, yes. Well, I'll tell you what, we've become very good friends and I've enjoyed our friendship tremendously. So that random meeting in a Starbucks parking lot
Yes,
was the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
it was.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very cool. Good.
And I will tell you all, I love the Pinot. My favorite Pinot is the Edna Valley. Oh, okay, never mind.
sold out.
Okay. Oh.
She loves that Edna Valley because that bottle is red. She likes the red glitter bottle that comes in, but you also like the
Oh, well,
juice.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
But-
That, yeah, it's funny because somebody else was asking me about that. Deidre's here. Somebody else was asking me about that last night. And that's how I found out that it was sold out, unfortunately. It may,
The whole,
In San Luis, isn't it?
Edna Valley is. Yes, it is.
Yeah, I've been to that winery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Mhm.
I like to do my little demonstration with my little
no.
nesting doll. And this is a great point for me to start sharing this. But I mentioned that we have, these are our Vintner Collection wines. So this is sort of our entry-level wines. We also have reserve wines. We have estate wines. We have signature wines, iconic wines. And a lot of times people don't necessarily know what distinguishes this from this. Why is this bottle this much and this bottle is this much? You know, why is it $100 bottle of wine or whatever? So this is kind of how I illustrate that. So this is one of the little nesting dolls. And we'll call this doll California. So the wine that we're drinking right now is our Vintner Collection. It is made from grapes that are sourced all over California. So some in Paso Robles, some might be in Monterey, some might be in Salinas, they might be in Napa, they might be in Sonoma, all over. Okay, and we're blending. Hi, Deidre, welcome. It's nice to see you.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Wait,
and
hold
give
Can
yourself
we
a
cheers
clap.
to Deidre because she just celebrated a birthday?
Happy
Yes,
birthday!
yay!
Yeah.
Happy birthday.
Cheers.
So I'm like, which
Your
wine
hair
are you
looks-
guys on?
Oh, the Pinot.
You
Your
drink
hair looks
whatever you
cute, by
want,
the way.
sis. Drink whatever you want. You don't have to catch up. We're just all hanging out here.
Oh, Mama's gonna catch up.
Okay. All right. Now, Deidre, I know you. Oh my goodness. I love you.
I love it.
God, Nicole, I love your friends. They're just
I
like-
know.
Deidre, why do I know you? Have I met you through Nicole? Have I met her through you?
Yeah, I met you through Marnie.
Yes.
Aw.
I was gonna say, and Carrie Santillan.
Oh, good grief. So do you live in my
Yeah, we go way back.
Yeah, we actually do.
I've been doing your parties for years. Because what did you sell before One Hope?
Alasta.
Yeah, that's right. I did one of those with you.
Oh my gosh. Do
Was
you
one of your
live in
first-
Meadows?
Uh-huh.
Oh my God. Okay, we'll talk later.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as you walked in, I'm all, oh, I totally have hugged that person. I know her.
Yeah.
Like, I know her.
She lives on the corner of Something and Beautiful. I mean, how awesome is that?
Okay.
Spring
Like-
Meadow and beautiful.
Spring Meadow.
Yes.
So
Spring
you're
Meadow and Beautiful. Like,
I
who
wanna
doesn't
live
want
there.
that address?
up across from the Grange? Is that where that is?
No, I'm about a mile from the Grange.
Okay.
But do you know Lisa Austin?
Oh, I know them all. Oh, that's where you live, up there.
I live on her
Emily
street.
Key.
Emily Key. I live behind where Emily used to live. before
Did
they sold.
Emily, so Emily sold, huh?
Mhm.
Okay, I haven't seen her in a long time. Okay, yes, we have.
Yeah.
catching up to do, friend. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I was just explaining was how we source grapes and why some wines are reserves and why they cost more, etc. So this is California. We source grapes from all over California. We blend them to make our wines. We put them together. There's a lot of these grapes. That's what goes in our Vintner collection. The next stall down, this stall we're going to call Napa. So this is a very specific region of California. Fewer grapes, fewer vineyards, right? Fewer bottles of wine produced. So that's why a reserve wine would be a little bit more because there's not as much of it, right? So this is Napa, which is inside of California. Inside of Napa, we'll call her Rutherford. That's where our winery is. So Rutherford is a very small region of Napa. We are right in the shadow of the Mayacomas Mountains, beautiful volcanic soil, far fewer grapes, far fewer bottles produced, and a higher quality wine. So that's going to be what we call our iconic wines or our estate wines. So these grapes are all grown on our estate right in that area. So that's just a fun little way to kind of explain why the different types of wine. Okay. Okay. What? Yes, ma'am.
What? Okay, so I got on the website and I was looking at stuff and I happened to like the Vintner bestseller mix, whatever. So what's the Vintner Collection?
Such a
versus what
good
you
question.
talked about?
Such a good question. So our vintner is Mari, who is our winemaker. That's what you call a winemaker. They're a vintner. This is her collection of wine that she created start to finish. And these wines are from California. So they're the big grape or the big doll. They're sourced from all over California. We have connections, we are, by the way, the #2 direct to consumer wine company in the nation. And probably by the end of this year, we'll be #1. The #1 direct to consumer wine company is actually in Chicago. And they don't ship wine. We have 2 warehouses, we crush our grapes, we bottle, we do everything. The #1 is a place in Chicago, and I don't remember the name, but people have to come and pick their wine up. But they are the #1 direct to consumer, which means we're gonna surpass them pretty easily. But yeah, so Colorado is the #1 state, by the way, in One Hope. Yes.
Thanks,
Number 2
Nicole.
I do my best.
Good job, Nicole. Good job. Yeah.
Talk to Nicole.
I can't buy groceries, but I can buy wine.
Hey, it's groceries
You
when
need
you have wine.
groceries.
You just drink the
Get some nuts.
Wine and Cheetos, that's all I need. I'm good.
Exactly.
Yes.
There ain't no need for nothing else.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so we just have 1 wine left. Deidre, you're my hero because I love that you just drank it right out of the bottle. Because honestly, that's probably what I would do if I wasn't working. I mean, you guys, the cute.
It's a little bottle. It's not like I was drinking it out of a big bottle.
I know. I
That's
mean,
later.
not like you've ever done that.
Girl, you don't need to make excuses. It's okay.
I know,
like
I
it.
drink out of a big bottle too.
Keeping these little plastic, I'm keeping these after.
Yeah, they're cute, right?
I'm gonna put one in my purse.
You can actually buy a case of these. So you can buy if you're that person, I don't know that person and I'm not that person, but if you're the person who just drinks a glass of wine at night or maybe a glass of wine a week, you can buy these in the case and then you can just pour
the
your
little ones now?
Mhm. Yeah, so we have one mixed case that is all 4 of these, so 3 of each varietal. And then we have like a case of Cab, a case of Pinot Noir, etc. So that's also available to you.
I don't want to get you off course, but can you explain? Because when your bottles, a lot of them come with the screw top.
Yeah. Thank you for asking that. And so a lot of times that connotates to people that it's a cheap wine. The reality is that cork is a natural product. It's also a natural resource that's running out. because it's a natural product, it can fail, right? So you've heard of corked wine. Very rarely does that happen, but it does happen where the cork might be rotten or moldy. We do have cork in some of our wines, but anymore we really use the twist top, and that's because it can control the amount of oxygen that gets in the wine. You're not ever going to have a corked bottle. And I personally love it because I raised 3 boys and practice was always at 5 o'clock. And that's happy hour. So I was always really grateful for a screw top at happy hour. At football practice. I was that mom. I was the mom. They were like, "Did you bring?"
I didn't get it, but yeah.
Yeah. You what?
Here to open in clandestine situations.
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am. Okay, can I just say, and again, this is a training video, so don't do this.
Oh,
Does that fit right in your purse for like the movies? Like literally almost everything but church, right? Like this is gonna fit right in your purse.
Why doesn't that fit in your purse at church? Is it just wrong?
Why not church? Come on.
Can we buy a case of the song?
I'm not
I
sure
mean-
Pastor Russ would be happy with me chugging wine in the pew. I don't know.
Well,
He doesn't
I
know
think,
it's wine.
What?
talking about,
No.
We're Presbyterians. We drink grape juice at communion. So
okay, so
Luke,
talking about church, I have a confession.
oh,
I opened this baby and it was wonderful.
it was
I
what?
couldn't wait.
Oh, good. You don't have to wait. Don't be sorry. No, listen, this is just fun. It's all good. Good for you.
know.
Good
I
for
thought I was gonna have to say mea culpa, mea culpa, mea culpa. No.
I like the screw top just because it's easier.
It's easier. It's easier.
I did come from that school back in the day where and it did when it first started. I think it was cheaper wine and it did taste kind of poopy, but now I've tasted lots of different wines that come with the screw top, and I think they're fine. It's fine.
Yeah, they're good. I'm glad that you asked that because it is an important point to make, and I've been doing it for a while, so I kind of forget to bring that
well,
up.
and the champagne always comes with a pop, so don't worry about that.
Except the
I gave
little
it sound.
one. Except the babies. The babies do.
Yeah.
I have enough cork in my collection that I could give back if I need to help restock.
Help the
these.
cause. I think that's a great idea. And
I think I have like 5 boxes of cork.
When I started this, I thought it would be,
Yeah.
I should save these corks. That'll be such a good idea. And now I'm like, this is embarrassing.
It might be an art
What do I
project.
do?
One of those things.
Yeah, you can make a dress. I mean, I've seen dresses. I've seen,
I'm thinking a coffee table.
coffee table, to your floor, whatever. Yeah. I'm not crafty, but okay. The last wine that we're gonna try is our gorgeous Vintner Cab, and you can see this has a 93-point rating. Again, it'll say on the website where the rating is from. They have to conserve their space here, so I like to let folks know if you like a big, chewy, big, bold red wine, that is not what this is.
no,
We have that. I can hook you up. Okay. We've got wine that will make this swell. It's so big. Okay. No, it's not for
smells really
Lou,
good though.
What?
It smells really good.
Yeah.
it's
So
awesome.
this is a beautiful, smooth cab. So for people who they think they're not sure about cab, they don't know if they're going to like cab, whatever. This is a beautiful Cabernet. Very, very smooth, a little bit of hints of chocolate in this. Again, you'll get some of that vanilla, a little bit of baking spice. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous wine. What I like about it is I'm actually not somebody who drinks wine typically with a meal. I mean, let's be honest, I'm eating off of a paper plate in front of the TV. I don't even have kids home anymore. So it's very rare that I cook a meal. But even when I didn't really drink wine with my meal. Wine was my mommy's going upstairs to read her book. Okay. And what I love about this is it's going to stand up to a nice steak. It's going to stand up to your pasta, but it's beautiful by itself. Absolutely beautiful by itself. So I love this wine. And you'll see mine isn't open. Are you sad for me? That's okay. I have more. So that's our gorgeous, gorgeous cab. As you're kind of finishing that up, I'll kind of finish up my presentation and then we can just hang out. But just a reminder that everything you're doing tonight, everything that you purchase is giving back, not just to Children's, but to one of our cause partners under one of our 4 pillars of giving. I'd love to chat with you. If you're interested in hosting, I'd love to talk with you about that. If you have any questions about our corporate gifting opportunities, I'd love to help you with that as well. And then the last reminder is that you have that $15 credit. So as you're shopping, that'll be in your account. What, Nicole?
Oh, I was just gonna say, how do they get the credit? It's already there.
Already attached. So when you ordered your tasting kit, you created an account and you now have a $15 credit in your account. And when you go to checkout, it'll say, I'm actually not sure. Typically what it will say is promos, things like that. You'll click that and it'll show you, oh, you have $15. Do you want to add that? Do you want to apply it to this order? Be sure to use the link that Nicole sent out. We'll send it out again because that's how we know to donate to Children's. So
And thank you all. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
it was fun, you guys.
Thanks, Nicole. I don't remember when I created the account. Was there like a password thing that you did kind of? with it?
Probably. And if you forgot it, it didn't have a password.
I don't remember.
So when you go back, here's how you're going to do it. When you go back to the One Hope website,
I'm after 50, you just forget stuff.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm way over 50 and I know how that is.